Good morning. All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm Bob Rasmussen, the former dean of the USC Gould School of Law, and now back to being a proud professor of our fabulous students. Our current dean, Andrew Guzman, wishes his best to everyone here. The only thing that could have kept him from celebrating here with us today is that his own son is graduating from Dornsife right now. As we speak, he is handing his diploma to his proud son. So it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the USC Gould's 122nd commencement ceremony. Welcome to the family and friends of our graduates, and thank you for sharing this milestone with us. To the graduating class of 2022, let me begin by saying congratulations. You have reached this incredible moment for which we honor you today. And man, what a ride it has been. Remember that crazy day right before spring break in your first year when you got this email that we're not coming back to class? We're going on something called Zoom. And then there was last year where we lived on Zoom. And all that led to this glorious triumph that we have today. I gotta say, I and all my colleagues are incredibly proud of what you have achieved. You deserve all the praise and adulation that we can send your way. Now, I only state the obvious when I remind us that no one has made it to this stage by themselves. The achievement of becoming a lawyer has taken hard work from you, first and foremost, but it has also taken the support, love, and let's be honest, sometimes the forgiveness from those around you who have lifted you up, cheered you on, and helped you stay focused on your success. This group of supporters is wide and deep. It includes your parents, spouses, friends, partners, grandparents, extended family, and for some, even your own children. Indeed, there are new children who entered the world during your time in law school and now truly graduate with you today. So graduates, I would like us all to acknowledge this community of support, and so I invite you to stand, face your loved ones, and give them a round of applause for all that they have done for you. Now, graduates, I would also like to remind you of how much you mean to us, your faculty. The faculty struggled along with you these 3 years to make sure that you're able to receive the best legal education possible when the world was turned upside down. We even had to do what doesn't come naturally to us as faculty, and that's being nimble in times of change. We strove to keep everyone safe while still staying true to the essential missions of a legal education: inspiring your minds, sustaining your curiosity, and introducing you to the ideas and rigorous analysis that will provide you with meaningful and successful careers for decades to come. Now, to acknowledge what we have gone through together, I'll do something that we haven't done before, okay? I want the graduates and the faculty to stand and let us applaud each other for this last 3 years. As educators, your faculty are committed to the ancient principle that The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. The kindling of that fire has happened slowly but unmistakably during your time with us here at Gould. Together with your classmates and your professors, each of you has opened new ways of learning, mastered a new language, and practiced critical thinking in ways that have transformed you. You had to find grit and persevere through challenges both expected and, needless to say, unexpected. We hope that your families will forgive us for turning you into passionate advocates. Family dinners may never be the same, but that's because you have become lawyers. As lawyers, you have the ability to make a difference in every community in which you live. Your work, your city, your country, even your world. It's up to you how to use the rich talents that you have developed here. You will all follow different paths as you leave Gould. But one thing I'm confident about, your legal education will offer you the opportunity to live a meaningful life by however you decide to measure it. Some of you will become lawyers. Your clients will range from the powerless to the most powerful, from the Fortune 500 companies to those on Skid Row. Some of you will become civic and political leaders, and no comment here, but we really need you in that role. Some of you will become entrepreneurs and innovators. You will help bring into the world a future that cannot even be imagined. In pursuing these disparate paths, you will always have at least two things in common. First, the training you need to succeed. You have spent the last 3 years investing in your human capital, and is an investment that will pay dividends over the coming decades. And second, you will have the Trojan network behind you. There are no more faithful and devoted collection of alumni. They will be there to offer you a hand when needed and applause when deserved. With both of these priceless assets, there is no limit to your ability to craft the career that you want and the influence that you wield. Now, let me just offer a somewhat somber observation. At a time when the horrors of war are in full view, it is a good moment to think about what your choice to become a lawyer really means. You have chosen a path that celebrates the peaceful resolution of disputes, reasoned deliberation, and rational argument. Let us keep all the victims of war in our thoughts today. But at the same time, let us here recommit to achieving a world where our weapons are logic, persuasion, and precedent, not force, violence, and power. Our goals are not domination and victory, but truth and justice, and that is what a law degree means. Okay, enough about a law degree. How about you, right? This is your day. You know, as we like to say, we love to brag about our students because they make it so easy for us to do. Now, while the 213 graduates took many different paths to arrive at Gould today, you all share the same love of learning. For example, a large number of you have earned specialized certificates. 43 of you got a certificate in business law, 23 in media and entertainment, 7 in public interest, right. Got some more from that coming later. 5 in transactional law and business, 8 in alternative dispute resolution, and 3 in technology and entrepreneurship. Moreover, in addition to earning a JD, 5 of our graduates today also earn Masters in Business Administration, and 1 of our graduates is also receiving today a Master of Public Administration. Now, During your time here, you've obviously had impact in our walls, but you've also had a broader impact outside our walls, in our community. So you have dedicated your time and energy to helping individuals, families, and entire communities through our clinics, practicums, and pro bono projects. Amid the pandemic, you won life-changing victories for clients in the Post-Conviction Justice Project. Whoa. And here's late-breaking news, okay? Yesterday, Governor Newsom approved a pardon for one of our clients who served as the role model for laws that Gould students and our faculty introduced to help improve sentencing in California. Also, your findings and recommendations on systemic racism were cited in a report to the United Nations Human Rights Council, and you testified on behalf of your clients at a hearing before the U.S. Copyright Office. On top of all of that, you have showcased your commitment to scholarly excellence in our law journals and our Hale McCourt Honors Program. And so what's next? What's coming up, right? The class of 2022 will represent USC Gould across the nation and indeed worldwide. We have a record number of students this year working at prestigious law firms out of state. Indeed, students are going to 13 different states, though I think a few may be remaining in California. And we also have students who are going to practice in other countries, including Japan and China. Yeah. Some of you will head off to important clerkships, including the United States Courts of Appeal for the Ninth Circuit and the U.S. District Court of Oregon. Other of you have been selected for prestigious public interest law fellowships, including an Equal Justice Works Fellow who is going to be working on the legal immigration needs of the LGBTQ+ community in Arizona. And we also have an Ermis Fellow who is going to be working on a reentry program focused on changing the world of criminal justice. But wherever you go, remember this. We, your faculty, believe in you and in your capacity to make a difference. Also, please never forget that you have a home here at USC and Gould. Your relationship with us is lifelong and worldwide. We are proud to welcome you to the ranks of lawyers and Trojans. Congratulations. Okay, it is now my pleasure to introduce our Vice Dean for Curriculum and Director of Legal Writing and Advocacy, Elizabeth Libby Carroll. But before I do this, quick heads up. After the ceremony, stay around, say hi to us, hugs, pictures, but at some point we're going to have to vacate the space because we have some of your colleagues, some of the non-J students, are going to graduate at a ceremony at 2:30. So at some point we have to shoo you out, but get pictures with us first. Or more importantly, with each other first. Okay? Now to Vice Dean Carroll. Dean Carroll teaches legal writing and manages the daunting task of keeping our curriculum rich and full with efforts of our first-class part-time faculty, which is one of the best country, drawing on the extraordinary legal talent that we have here in Los Angeles. I now call on Dean Carroll to introduce the faculty of the Gould School of Law. Dean Carroll.
Congratulations, everyone. It's so great to see everyone today. Woohoo! It is my privilege to now say a few words about the faculty as a brief introduction to the family and friends in attendance today. I know graduates, you know the faculty well. I'll begin with a few transitions in our faculty. In January, Professor Emeritus Scott Bice retired from the law school after his over 50-year tenure. Professor Bice was a double Trojan. He went to USC undergrad and the USC Gould School of Law. He served 20 years as dean, and his educational policies and advancements at Gould can be felt today. Testament to his long-standing impact, he was granted emeritus status as Dean Emeritus of Law and Robert C. and Nanette T. Packard Professor Emeritus of Law, and was this year's recipient of USC's Faculty Lifetime Achievement Award. We will miss Professor Bice. I also have the pleasure of introducing several additions to our faculty. Jordan Berry, John B. Milliken Professor of Law and Taxation, whose work spans economics, business and corporate law, and tax policy. Robin Craig, Robert C. Packard Trustee Chair in Law, who deepens our research imprint in environmental law and policy. A very important subject today as we sit in this very hot day. Aaron Miller, Assistant Professor of Law, whose areas of focus range from free speech rights to moral and criminal responsibility. Jisoo Nam, Assistant Professor of Law and Philosophy, whose research covers the intersection of philosophy and issues in tax law, criminal law, and statutory interpretation. And D. Daniel Sokol, Professor of Law, who teaches and studies complex business issues and was among the top 10 most cited law scholars across the country in antitrust. Finally, this year we also saw several promotions among our faculty. Professors Eric Hovenkamp and Felipe Jimenez were promoted to the rank of Associate Professor of Law. Professor Jeff Perlman to the rank of Clinical Associate Professor of Law. And Professor Laura Riley to the rank of Associate Professor of Lawyering Skills. During this past year, the faculty have written countless articles and books, testified in the U.S. House, U.S. Senate, and Canadian Parliament on topics ranging from voting access to human rights. They've advised judges about climate science and the law, and were featured in the nation's leading news outlets. Our faculty have received many awards for their work. I can't go over all of them today because I was given only about 2 to 3 minutes, and I think I'm going over that. But Professor Ellen Sachs received the 2021 David Mahoney Prize from Harvard Medical School's Mahoney Neuroscience Institute, which recognizes her efforts to reduce the stigma of psychiatric disease, advocate for patients and family, and improve policy and treatment. Professor Jody David Armour was awarded the Walter Wolf Award for Defense of Academic Freedom and Faculty Rights by the USC Academic Senate. He is one of only 6 faculty to have ever received this honor. And more locally, Professor Rebecca Brown, who was awarded this, a testament to what I'm about to say, who was awarded this year's William A. Rutter Distinguished Teaching Award for striking a balance between earning respect of her students, caring for them deeply, and challenging them intellectually. These are only a few of the honors bestowed upon the faculty this year. You can find out more by going to the Gould website and clicking on the faculty drop-down menu, and you'll see all the amazing awards that I did not mention. Graduates, the faculty look forward with anticipation to seeing what you will accomplish and how you will change the world. We know you will, and for the better. We are proud of how you have met the incredible challenges of an extremely difficult time, and of the wisdom, empathy, and resilience you have demonstrated throughout. I now ask the faculty to rise and join me in sending our good wishes to you on behalf of your law school, the USC Gould School of Law. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Carroll. Now, pleased to introduce, we have two student speakers today. Yeah. First is the president of the graduating class. You know? Yeah. Tomi Johnson was born in Ibadan, Nigeria, and raised in Chicago, Illinois. In 2016, she graduated from Princeton University with a degree in public and international affairs. After 3 years as a project assistant at Jones Day, she spent the summer of 2019 as an SEO fellow in the Chicago office of Jenner & Block. She will be returning to the Jenner & Block office in Chicago as an associate in the fall. At Gould, Tomi made her mark as she describes it, by doing too much. In addition to her role as 3L class president, Tomi has been the president of the Black Law Student Association, a senior articles editor on the Southern California Interdisciplinary Law Journal, a Stanley and Eileen Gould Honors Scholar, a teaching assistant, a peer mentor, and they said we had to stop there because we have to keep going. After graduation, she says that she hopes to spend some time doing as little as possible, and I believe that about as much as you do. So please welcome your president, class of 2022, Tomi Johnson.
Wow, what a day. Thank goodness it's finally here. Deep breaths. So, as those of you who actually read my emails will know, I like to give a little peek into my psyche whenever I address all of you. And of course, today is no different. Truthfully, I had no idea how to go about summarizing 3 years in 3 minutes. Should I say something generically uplifting that your friends and family will appreciate, or do I pack it full with inside jokes only the 200 or so of us would understand? In the end, I decided to take the MPRE route, which is to say I chose the second most ethical option. And what follows is a mostly wholesome speech with only a few jokes about how Dean Guzman didn't show up for us. Today, Stop it. Really, my only goal here is to make sure that when I'm done talking, my parents are still proud of me. Speaking of whom, anyone who knows me knows that my family is my everything. So before I talk about my amazing classmates and how great you look in your funny Lord Farquaad hats, I have to take a second to acknowledge the people who are responsible for getting me to this point. Mom, Dad, Bolu Tolu, Bomi, you are the core of everything I am and the inspiration for everything I ever hope to be. I am so certain that I would be nowhere without your love, your support, your usually gentle criticism, and your unfailing sense of humor. I love you so, so much. Oh, God. Not me crying. Okay. To the class of 2022, boy, have we been through it. In 3 years, it seems like we've lived just as many lives. The nervous excitement of 1L, the ever unprecedented stress of 2L, and the laissez-faire bliss of 3L. Actually, I'm not so sure I lived that last life with you, but I heard it was quite nice. Regardless, I honestly can't think of a better group to have gone through it with. Since you set foot on this campus, you've shown how bright and driven you are. You've seen problems and creatively set out to fix them. You've faced challenges with resilience, grace, and a healthy dose of sarcasm. And most importantly, you've put all the classes around us to shame. No offense, but those other 20-somethings could never. Because I only have a few minutes, I can't take a page out of Dean Kirshner's orientation playbook and tell you that 93% of your class can no longer imagine life outside of California, that 76% of your class attended more than half of their in-person classes by Zoom this school year, that 18% of your class goes by some variation of the name Zach, but they can't seem to agree on a single spelling, or that 100% of the figures I just gave you are completely made up. Because they said 2 to 3 minutes, Tommy, I can't recount A through E's bittersweet realization that we wouldn't be coming back from 1L spring break, but had miraculously been spared the fate of an 8-hour property final. Or share our elation at not only being blessed by Professor Brown's delicious red velvet cupcakes, but also being gifted her soul-stirring rendition of an Adele classic. Because there's so little time, I can't rehash the Chip Schuyler fiasco from our first 2L trivia night. Sorry to the subpoena coladas, but rules are rules. Or tell you that I'm still not convinced that so many of you just happen to know the name of the lawyer turned congressman turned expeditioner that named Old Faithful. Yeah, real quiet when you're not hiding behind a Zoom screen, huh? And because 2 to 3 minutes past 2 to 3 minutes ago, I can't talk about the hilarity that was Gould grievances, or the superiority of Section C, the mad dash to get seats for the bar or regalia for today, your affinity for a tailgate or your distaste of surveys, and I can't even begin to mention the hundreds of times I've seen this class show patience, compassion, kindness, or any other virtue that assures me the legal profession is incredibly lucky to have us. What I do have time to say is that it has been an honor to serve as your class president, and I'm so proud to know each of you. You're a once-in-a-lifetime class 2022, and I know I took it back when I said it a few weeks ago, but I think this time it's gonna stick. I love you guys. Congratulations on all you've accomplished. May all your gardens grow where you water them. May all your besties have tussies. And may the rest of your lives be precedented in all the right ways. Thank you.
Our second student speaker today is the Student Bar Association President, Rebecca Alsh. Yeah, come on. Now, Becky graduated from UCLA in 2019 with, we're getting there, with bachelor's degrees in English and philosophy. So I guess today she officially becomes a Brojan. All right. After graduation, Becky will be starting at Jones Day, New York, where she'll be doing litigation. Throughout her time at Gould, Becky has been active and engaged in various leadership roles. She served as a representative to the SBA in her first year, and then last year, she served as your 2L class president. This year, as Student Bar Association president, Becky, along with her 37-person SBA team, worked hard on behalf of you, their fellow students. They devoted their time and energy to ensuring that students' concerns were addressed and that their needs were met. They also focused on finding ways for students to connect outside the classroom, things I think that were even more important given the challenges of the past few years. So please join me in welcoming our SBA President, Becky Alsh.
And if I tear up or like skip a word, just everyone turn around. That would be great. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you all for coming. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the Gould event staff who have made today an absolute success despite the heat. Okay, getting started. As you all now know, I was an English major in college. So first, the people in undergrad who asked, what are you gonna do with that? I can now say this. So anyway, for that reason, it feels fitting to start this speech with a discussion about the value of literature that I promise I will pivot into something law school relevant. So at his confirmation hearing, Justice Breyer was asked what the most important literary works in his personal collection were. He thought about it for a moment, then replied, Shakespeare. In Shakespeare, he said, you see every different kind of person, you see every situation there is in the world, you see what's in the heart of that person who is leading that different kind of life. In a later interview, Justice Breyer remarked on the value of Shakespeare again, that if you are a judge, you've got to know how people other than you live. The graduates here today know that this applies not only to judges, but to lawyers, or at least that it should. Call it naive if you must, but I think the best lawyers, the ones that do the most good for the people they represent and the people they don't, are the ones that know what it really is to really understand another person. I entered law school thinking that the only thing I had left to learn was how to think like a lawyer. Maybe my imagined career path would change, but I already knew who I was, and I really just needed to know the law. I now think back to the beliefs, values, and motivations I had at the beginning of law school that I defined myself by and realize they've all importantly shifted. I can't attribute this shift to Shakespeare. I've read only 5 books while in law school, 2 of which were Stephen King, none of which were Shakespeare. That being said, it was rather the people here that encouraged me and forced me to think outside of myself. I thought the value of going to a relatively smaller law school was getting a bigger piece of the pie, more opportunities for leadership roles in student groups, more face time with professors, more one-on-one help and hand-holding in general. All of this is true, and it makes up the propaganda that I now feed to incoming students, but it goes deeper than that. Getting a bigger piece of the pie means getting to meet more of your peers, to work with them, to come to know and understand them. As SBA president, I've played the unique and multifaceted role of suggestion box, FAQ, complaint department, final arbiter, and claims administrator. And in so doing, I've had to challenge my personal way of thinking to understand you all, to express your needs to SBA, and together find a resolution. My experience in this role, or rather these roles, also showed me how much everyone here cares about each other. I've seen you all go out of your way to support each other and to do so in the way that each person wants and deserves to be supported. So while I hope that you've learned how to think like a lawyer while you've been here, I hope also, and more so, that you've learned or begun to learn how people other than you live. I hope that you carry these lessons in humanity with you into your practice and change people's minds about what being a lawyer means. So thank you so much to my parents and my family and friends and all the families and friends here today. Tommy said it best, but I really couldn't be here without my parents. My dad found out today that I was speaking, so hey, Dad. And thank you to all the grads that helped make law school more than a solo intellectual endeavor, like my friends right there. Congratulations, class of 2022, we did it.
At this time, I'm delighted to introduce our keynote speaker for today. A widely influential civil rights attorney, activist, and author. Constance Connie L. Rice previously served as Western Regional Counsel for the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund. She also co-founded both the Advancement Project and the Urban Peace Institute. Among her notable legal work, Ms. Rice and her colleagues at the NAACP Legal Defense Fund represented Los Angeles bus riders in a landmark public transit case that won the largest civil rights settlement in United States history. Outside of the courtroom, Ms. Rice galvanized the police, community, and government to transform inner-city policing and prevent gang homicides. She also served on the White House Task Force on the 21st Century Policing. Over her career, she has been honored more than 50 times, recognizing her impact as a public safety change maker, a humanitarian, and an advocate for peace. In addition to all of that, she's the author of the acclaimed memoir, Power Concedes Nothing. Please join me in welcoming Connie Rice.
Hola! Professor Rasmussen, thank you. And to the faculty, to the deans, congratulations to you because you've landed this plane and you've got another graduate class. Congratulations to you. To parents and family, take a deep bow because as my mother pointedly told me on my graduation day, lawyers aren't born, Connie, they are raised. And that degree in your hand has my name and your father's name on it. Seriously, to your families, as my parents were, you were the wind beneath their wings, and this is your achievement too. And last but not least, class of 2022, good grief. Did you think this day would ever get here? You know, if you were a battleship, I'd have to call you the Intrepid, because you let absolutely nothing get between you and this degree. And I mean, I don't think I could have done it. Global plague, violent insurrection, Oscar smackdowns. I mean, not even the beginning of World War III kept you from those exams that have you sitting in these seats. And I'm sure you're hoping this is one of the very last times that you were held captive and forced to listen to somebody who was born in the last century, okay? So let me make this 7 minutes worth your while. There's a West African parable that goes like this. Olodumare, the Yoruban creator god, he ordered his top warrior to create an entire civilization using a single tool, a machete. The warrior took the machete and instead switched it into an instrument of destruction, a weapon of destruction. Furious, the god Olomare summoned back the warrior and he sentenced him to an eternal condition of Ugonda, in which for every single action, thought, word that warrior ever took, he would be forced to ask this question first. Is this a weapon for destruction or a tool to build? In a moment, you will receive your degrees, and it will be a machete with JD carved in the handle. And at your inductions, when you raise your right hand, you will swear to defend a radical document that rejects a 6,000-year norm of autocracy. You will raise your hand and swear under oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. Now, I took that oath over 40 years ago, and every day since I have fought like a dragon to make its promise real. I am the great-granddaughter of slaves, and people wonder why the great-granddaughter of slaves would defend with her life a constitution that enshrined her inferiority as a woman and enshrined her ancestors' bondage. I do it for the same reasons that Martin Luther King told Harry Belafonte 1 week before King's assassination. They were in Harry Belafonte's beautiful West End apartment in Manhattan, and King was exhausted, and he turned to Harry and he said, "Harry, I fear we are integrating into a burning house, engulfed in the flames of injustice." And Belafonte said, "Well, Martin, what is it that we must do?" And King replied, "We must become firemen." African Americans and all of our excluded peoples are not fighting to join an unjust system, but to make that system just for all. Patriots perfect the Union, not ransack it. The Constitution of the United States is not just a spike strip that thwarts tyranny. It creates the Thunderdome where lawyers like me battle to expand equality and to include the excluded. It is the tool, ladies and gentlemen, with which all of us in this auditorium will forge multiracial, all-human democracy. I, the great-granddaughter of slaves, I defend the Madisonian framework, that framework of reason, truth, compromise, rule of law, separation of powers, independent judiciary, responsible freedom, accountable liberty, equality, due process, majority rule with minority protections, and government of, by, and for the people. Why? I defend it because without that framework, this great-great-granddaughter of slave owners would not be standing before you giving this address today. Ladies and gentlemen, democracy is a very precious but very unnatural act, and it requires Praetorian vigilance to protect and an iron will to expand. Remember, the United States has only become a democracy since 1965, when the Voting Rights Act was passed. Our 48 years of universal suffrage unfortunately ended when the United States Supreme Court handed down an opinion, Shelby County v. Holden. That opinion gutted the Voting Rights Act, but not just gutted the Voting Rights Act, it reignited and relicensed the old Dixie mission to cancel interracial democracy and to foil majority rule. Folks, the last battle of the Civil War was not in 1865 at the Appomattox Courthouse, but on January 6, 2020, at the House of Representatives. The Union can still lose the Civil War. Madisonian democracy is the rare black swan of governance, and multiracial, all-human democracy remains just a dream sealed in our 240-year-old motto, E pluribus unum, a credo so great it justifies the excruciating pain of learning Latin. E pluribus unum, of the many, one. A vision so compelling, King gave his life to achieve it. We have fought 400 years for full equality and full freedom, not 48 years of temporary democracy. And if we join forces, our future will not be lit by the tiki torches of hate, but by Lady Liberty's torch of freedom. Our destiny is not in the cemeteries of segregation, but on King's mountaintop of freedom. We are not going back. Not to the back of buses, not to the back of the line, and not back to the back alleys where women and girls are sent to die. Your Juris Doctorate is not just a degree. It is a tool that can save democracy, which once is lost, my friends, will never be regained. When an incited mob destroyed the peaceful transfer of power in 2020, the one branch of the Madisonian framework that stood firm was the judiciary. The courts and local election officials saved the Union this time. But if we don't wake up and smell the bear spray, the Constitution and those courts may yet buckle under the relentless onslaught against democracy. At our best, lawyers are gladiators for equality, not abettors of insurrection. At our best, we are the architects of shared prosperity that the folks in that mob do not have. As we rightfully arm Ukraine to battle brute force subjugation, we must link arms and defend e pluribus unum democracy here at home. Or as the great Thurgood Marshall put it, we can run from each other, but we cannot escape each other. Knock down the fences that divide. Tear apart the walls that imprison. Reach out. Freedom lies just on the other side, unquote. This is our watch. Our ancestors are looking. We cannot let democracy die in the apathy of silence. My friends, the intrepid class of 2020, on your watch, take your machete and defend this constitutional democracy like there's no tomorrow. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Okay. Now you know why you worked for 3 years. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Vice Dean for Administration, Donald Scotton. He teaches courses in business organizations, mergers and acquisitions, and introduction to the U.S. legal system. Dean Scotton will acknowledge the degrees that each of you has earned.
Well, kids, you did it. So, you want to make it official? Stand up. On behalf of the faculty and administration of the Gould School of Law, we acknowledge the degree conferred upon you by the University of Southern California. I congratulate you. You should be proud. You're now graduates.
It is now time to confer the Juris Doctorate degrees. Tommy Johnson and Becky Walsh will announce their classmates as they receive their degrees. Members of our staff, may I ask that you please take your places so we can begin the procession. Did you go there?
Hello again. Before I read all of your names, for those of you present, I just want to take a quick second to acknowledge our classmates who will not be walking across the stage today, who are just not here today for various reasons. Today is your day as well, so congratulations. I'm so sorry. Patrina Marie Gilger. Tia Lee Kirchhoff. Jesse Foley. Matthew Anixstein. Molly Tomer. Prenny Sarkissian. Sophia Y. Fang. Samara Danielle Harris. Sophie Solomon. Rachel Rousey. Samantha Dyer. Erin Jocelyn. Nancy Goodis. Madeline Grace Hassel. Juan Ril Garcia. Eric S. Fram. Isaac Jonathan Reed. Elizabeth A. Wells. Jack Cheskine. Elizabeth Kirilova. Alexa Rosenson. Queenie Sun. Sarah Alwash Morse. Julia Elizabeth Bell. Elijah Paul Lichtenberg. Ari Mandel. Diana Lopez Lira. JC Yao. Esteban De La Torre. Mallory Kate Goulet. Esma Jokovic. Demiana Saad. Elliot Murphy. Nora Mireille Ganem. Reena Patel. Natalie Jeanette Kerr. Genevieve Zimmerman. Lauren Danielle Rogers. Luana DeMello. Hannah Waldman. Brooke R. Coppell. Samuel Clark Clow. Mara Tavitian. Christopher Barwick. Ty Thomas. Joelle Akobian. Nathan James Barbara. Emil Nelson. Francesca Louise Sadler. Ariel Corinne Jacoby. Camille Colleen Brown. Evelyn Gemberling. Eleanor Blake Hazard. Catherine Lee McClellan. Emma Arroyo. Gabrielle Lipsitz. Kendall Oda. Gretchen G. Goyer. Lindsay Sloan. Jonathan Chief Coleman. Danielle Alexis Wilkins. Stephen Perkins. Marquise Cardwell. Arev H. Hosepian. Emma Hussman. Erlinda Castagnoli. Rita Abed Elahad. Kareem Nizam. Peter Haddad. Kevin Glowden. Cole Clark. Edgar Sargasian. Chaz Ross Glick. David Yona. Alexander Cho. Barry Croxon. William H. Mavity III. Rachel Sulky June. G. U. Zachary Oda. William Wilkinson. Martina Vivian Fouquet. Eva Wong. Youngjun E. Nico Joe. Jonathan Bender. Jordan Johnson. Mark Hinden. Jessica Stephen. Sammy Harb. Ari Gilberg. Rebecca Lay. Ryan Patrick McGill. Elizabeth Ruth Close. Angela M. Huang. Robert Zachary Brownlee. Tori Whitney Rose. Tahani Al-Sabahi. Kelly Marisol Larios Rodezno. Lakshmi Priya Chupudi. Reem Ellen Yahya Shahadi. Tammy Ayaka Matsukiyo. Alexander Tron. Aaron Casares Sanzo. J. Cameron Gates. Mindy Q. Mi Viet Vo. Scott Levinson. James Chow. Xuan Zhang. Paul Scott Schumann. Jacob Wasser. Luke Fogel. Isaac Will. Ian Kirk. Zachary Trachtenberg Goldman. Maiko Tanny Bracken. Kirsten Arns. Nayar Tahmin Islam. Elena Ray Flores. Jillian Margaret Davis. Geronimo Morales. Quinn Gardner. Akiko Okamoto. Megan Margaret Lamb. Stacy Wang. Holly K. Fina. Ravneet Purawal. Kenneth On. Scott Franklin Natsuhara. Eric Franklin. Caleb Downs. Monica Kaur Mahal. Caitlin Brock. Eliza Schofield. Sarah Elizabeth Wolf. Dania A. Elbendary. Savannah McGinnis. Caroline Christina Parks. Rachel Walton. Sophia Lakshmi Maleen. Alexis Camille Ward. Patricia Ann Middlestat. Tiffany Chang. Matt Palmquist. Xiao Chen Chen. Vivian W. Liu. Mira Pranav. Nya Do. Michelle Ong. Dana Sophia Stopler. Justin Junsu Park. Chad Chungman Kim. Eric Nimmo. Andrew Henry Henderson. Patrick Michael Amon Connolly. Samuel Izzo. Haley Ann Hoyt. Judy Orfali. Harrison Park. Carissa E. Yu. Lindsay Catherine Doyle. Brianna Bauer. Zachary Thurm. Chandler Nahigian. Julian Garcia. Jesse Wang. Nicholas Connolly. Cristian Jesus Torres. Elijah William Griffin. Ava Habibian. Erica Pang. Laura Penaranda. Emma Z. Burgoon. David Goebel. Michael A. Butts. Joshua Charles DeMello. Kyle White. Irene Pozeshkian. Alex Purcell. Maxine Kelber. William Graves. Brianna N. Logan. Michael Panic. Christopher Pineda. Sorry. Okay. Kyle Jeremy K. Flowers. Shmuel Mayberg. Omid Hakimianpour. Joshua Cohenoff. Evan Jacoby. William Lane. Ryan Casamani. Lindsay Hoffman. Tianming Liu. Samantha Rifkin.
Okay, that's almost everyone. We have 2 more degrees to award. First, Rebecca Alsh. And second, Oluwatomisin Tulapa Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, those here and those online, it is my great pleasure and pride to welcome you to USC Gould Class of 2022.